Alright guys, we are back. This is the last video of the day, I promise. You guys are probably getting sick of looking at my videos, but the good thing is you can't watch them all today. They'll be saved on Facebook, okay? So I'm doing this live in our oil club. Again, I'm gonna be putting them on my YouTube and my blog, and I think they're a lot of fun, and you can come back to them anytime. So it feels like it's too much in one day. You can take a break and come back to it. But today we are doing another recipe that I'm very familiar with. I always make protein smoothies, I make green smoothies that we just made, and I make the energy bites all the time, and I guarantee you could not mess this up at all. Like, you pretty much cannot mess it up. But I'm gonna share the recipe with you guys today, and then I can answer questions too. Let me know who is on so that I can answer the questions, but you could change it up any different way, and you can change it up any to add in different proteins, different flax seeds or chias, any different milks. I mean, you really will find what works best for you. I get a lot of people asking me, what do I like to drink after my workout? And this is one of my favorite things to drink after a workout. So that's why I'm excited to share it with you. So this is the Cocao Nib Smoothie. I already put ice in here, okay? And then it says to add 2 cups of I think it says what does it say? Unsweetened nut milk. So I'm using coconut milk because that's what I have, but if you used almond milk or whatever you want to use, you could even use regular milk if you drink regular milk. Anyway, so I put that in there. Spinach or any kind of green is a good option because any way you can sneak that into your diet, that's a great way to sneak it in and then you don't even taste it. Okay, so we have the greens, we have the milk, and then I'm gonna add in a scoop of chocolate protein. Okay, this is the doTERRA trim protein. So this is what I like to do. So sometimes I'll do 2 scoops of this because I feel like then it has more protein. So one of these has 8, or 1 scoop has 8 grams of protein. So usually I'll add 2. Or what I will do is, I'm kind of weird, so I have different things that I do, but sometimes I'll do 1 scoop of this and I'll do 1 scoop of the bulletproof collagen protein, or I will do, if I do that, then I'll also add in a little bit of cacao powder with it with stevia, because then it's like extra chocolatey from that to kind of offset only having 1 scoop of this. So you just really have to kind of play around and feel, like, see what you like the best. But I like this because it's chocolate. I like it that it has 0 sugar, so that's why I always add in my own sweetener. You guys, I feel like I'm like just saying the same things on every video, but I'd rather just be in control of the sweeteners that are going into my body. So that's why I do that. Then this is like my favorite part of the smoothie is, well, that and the Cocao Nibs, which I'll get to, but the peanut butter. I love adding the peanut butter into it because it just tastes so good. It like kicks up your smoothie a notch to make it taste like a treat. Like, you shouldn't be eating it because it just tastes that good. And you can use the powder form too if you want. Again, like we talked about in the other video, if you're having peanut butter, or you can use any kind of almond butter or nut butter if you're allergic or you don't want to have any of the peanuts. Just check your labels to make sure that there's no hidden sugars in your peanut butter, because so many of the peanut butters sneak sugar into it, even at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, or if you're buying a natural stuff, especially when they say like spread, like peanut butter spread, they've added stuff to it to make it like soft. Like, you really need to check the ingredients. So this says, I think, 2 tablespoons of it. Usually, again, I always just guess, so 2 tablespoons. And I was like just mixing this morning, so it's not the best mix job. That's the one negative thing about natural peanut butters. I hate mixing them. I usually give that job to my husband because I just hate it so much. I'm making a huge mess with that. But I wanted to open a new one because when I'm making the peanut butter balls, I forgot to say this in another video, I like to use soft peanut butter. So that's why I like to use peanut butter that's like fresh from the pantry. And then with a natural peanut butter, you have to keep it in the fridge because there's no preservatives in it. So taking it from the fridge and putting in the smoothie is fine. I just wanted a new one when I was doing my balls. And usually when I do my balls, going back to the protein balls, if I double the recipe or triple it, I'll use at least a full container. So I'll use the whole thing. Okay, so then, let's see, chia seeds, just add that in, okay. And then, let's see, I think that's it. And then you add the Cocao Nibs on top, which I have to tell you a funny story about those because they're just so funny. Where's my tab? Okay. I've been in my kitchen all morning. I'm like losing my mind here. I'm gonna go work out after this. All right, I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna be loud, so just hold on for a second. Normally I would do it longer than that, but I don't want to have you guys listen to this. Okay, so you love the chocolate trim and the peanut butter together. Yes. Oh, and a banana. And that's how you get your sweetness. Yeah, that's awesome. You can add a banana. I forgot, I do that too a lot. Bananas are great. Frozen bananas are, I like them because it just makes it even thicker. Okay, so if you guys are watching this, let me know how you guys have your smoothies. I think I made this too thick. There we go, it's pretty thick. I added the ice, the recipe didn't call for ice, so actually what I would do is I would go back and put more milk in it. I'm not gonna have you guys watch me do that, but I'm gonna move the cummins over so I can see for a second. Okay, so I actually really like them thick, and I don't mind using a spoon because then I trick my body thinking I'm eating ice cream or something. But this is the brand of Cocao Nibs that I like. I posted, again, my list of the products that I use in the grocery guide, and I also have them on my blog, bonniedonohue.com. But here's the funny story about Cocao Nibs, because I actually honestly didn't even know what Cocao Nibs were before this recipe, and it's called for Cocao Nibs. And so I ordered them, and right in the back, and I ripped it off because I ripped the package off, or the top off, but it says, right in the bottom it said, don't look under the bag. And so then the first thing you do is you look under the bag, it says, quite the rule breaker, aren't you? We dig that. So what I think their marketing is amazing. I think it's really cool. My kids loved it. And then when you're looking at Cocao Nibs, again, I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. You guys can see that. It looks like little chocolates and like little nuts. It looks really, 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 really yummy. Okay, so we're all so excited to try this because, you know, I had never bought it before. And you can see now that we're like halfway gone through the bag. I was reading the label and trying to figure out what the heck is a Cocao Nib and what do you do with it. And one of the things it says you can blend your nibs into smoothies, use them as a substitute for chocolate chips and cookies, or simply snack on them right out of the bag. So my kids and I were all like, oh my gosh, let's try these chocolates, you know. And we went and we took some bites of it, and it was like, seriously, my kids are like about to throw up because it does not taste like chocolate at all when you eat it by itself. And it smells, I don't know how to describe it, very nutty. Okay, so then I'm like, well, what is a Cocao Nib? And it says right here, it says, Cocao Nibs are just bits of the cocoa bean, so if chocolate was a kid, a Cocao Nib would be its grandpa. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So what I did is I put them on top, because that's what the recipe said. You could also mix them in the recipe. Sorry, I'm just like putting that back. You could put them in the recipe too, and then blend it up to make it thicker, but we put it on top, and you guys, when it's on top of the smoothie like this, it is so good. When they're by themselves, they're like so gross, but when they're in your smoothie, they're delicious. So then you just like drink it and you have like the crunch in it. Sometimes when I'm drinking my smoothie, once I like ate all the Cocao Nibs, I actually take another handful and put them on, so like every bite has some crunch in it. And then I gave it to my husband, and he also loves the Cocao Nibs, so we're like big fans. You could put it on your yogurt, you could put it on your smoothies. I have not substituted them for chocolate chips yet. Like I said, we're just new to the Cocao Nibs, but so far, it's turned my smoothies like into magical treats. I can't explain it except for I'm like hooked on it now, and my kids will not touch it still. I've ruined them with the Cocao Nibs. But so now the good thing is if I put the Cocao Nibs on my smoothie, no one will steal it because they think it's gross, even though it's really not. So anyway, that probably was not a good way of like describing it, but anyway, we're a big fan around here. So I just encourage you to try it. If it's something that you haven't tried, try something new. And I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised, and you might have like all these other cool things of what you can do with it. So anyway, this was the Anthony's Organic Cocao Nibs brand that I found. It's really cute packaging. So that is my recipe for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed all the videos. I have to look to see what's tomorrow. Some of the things I want to make are the freezer fudge, which I have made in the past. The apple sandwiches. My kids love those. I know we're doing dry brushing tomorrow. So if you guys have your dry brush, get ready. We're going to be dry brushing our bodies. And then I don't know. I have to look to see. Or maybe those are Friday. I think I'm going to split them up. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome day. And cheers.